Hello, today we are digging through my garbage. It's time for my bi-monthly update on what is in my empties. So let's just dive right in. Starting off with this horrible sheet mask. I just used this the other week and it was truly just garbage. This is the Unmasked Beauty, Mask Bar Rose Gold Foil Sheet Mask. And I bought this only because it said rose gold and I thought it'd be interesting to look at on my face. Not that I'm looking at it, but you know what I mean. It's awful. It's so bad. So it's like a very stiff aluminum that you have to put on your face, and it just doesn't conform to your face at all. Like it does not fit. It will never fit. It will fit nobody's face because it's just so stiff. I took this off within 5 minutes because I just had enough. It's terrible. I have a sheet mask here that I do enjoy. This is by Maskeraide, which is a Canadian company, and this is their Detox Diva Hydrating Sheet Mask. These are not that Biocelullose format that I really enjoy, but they're the closest that I have found without being Biocellulose, which means that they fit really well on my face and they stay put. A sheet mask to me always feels pretty slimy, and this is no exception, but I do like how this one fits on my face. I have a brow pencil here that I just finished up the other day. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade 2. I can get away with a lot of their shades actually. I think I've used, is it 1? 2 for sure, and then I'm using 2.5 right now. I can kind of mix and match depending on what time of the year it is. Like if it's in the summer months, I can get away with wearing a little bit deeper of a brow pencil, which is what 2 is. I really enjoyed this product and I feel like it works really well on my brows. I just felt like I went through this incredibly fast, like way faster than I usually do in the NYX Micro Brow. So I was honestly quite shocked at how quickly I finished this up. Did enjoy the product, but man, I did not use this for a very long time. I have a top coat here. I've raved about this so many times before, but I do need to drill home just how much I love the Sèche Vive top coat. Not Sèche Vite, Sèche Vive. That's the important part. I've heard stories about Sèche Vite, like when it dries, it kind of like shrinks your nail polish a little bit. I don't experience that with the Vive, and this has truly just been absolutely life-changing for me. I was sent it in PR 3 years ago now, maybe 4 years ago, and that one bottle was enough to convince me that I can't live life without this stuff. I have bought over 10 bottles for sure of this product because since I was introduced to it by a PR company, I have thoroughly enjoyed it and I will not be without it. So I continue to buy this and I currently have like 4 other bottles sitting in my nail polish drawer right now. I have a micellar water that I've just finished up. This is the DermaE Vitamin C Micellar Cleansing Water with probiotics and rooibos. DermaE has really improved their packaging. I remember when their branding used to be hideous. It was so ugly and it made the brand to me so unappealing. They've kind of switched up their packaging to be a little bit more clean, a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. There's like a little bit of a flower that's like fully drawn on one side and kind of like an illustration on the other. And I just find the packaging so much more appealing. That being said, I didn't love this micellar water. I don't feel like it worked as well as my Bioderma one. And I was keeping this in the guest bathroom for people to use if they were coming over and need to remove their makeup, or for myself if I had to touch something up or fix something on my face. And I did run through the bulk of it myself. I think only like 10% of the use might have been done by other people. But I just never really fell in love with it. I don't even know how I got this. I know I wasn't sent it in PR, so I must have been gifted it by a friend, like a blogger swap or something, but I wouldn't purchase this one. Oh man, she's got wipes again. Are you sick of hearing about these? These are the Neutrogena Makeup Removing Cleansing Wipes in the hydrating format. I go through these pretty consistently because they're the only product that I use to take off my makeup when I'm going from work straight to the gym, and they're just efficient and quick. I only like the hydrating ones. They are my favorite. They take off waterproof makeup and any thick or heavy makeup that I'm wearing that day, and I always keep them in my backpack that I bring to work every day. I have another face mask in here. I've been trying to go through a lot of them recently because I just seem to have accumulated quite a few, and I don't really know why because they're not like my favorite skincare product ever. But this is the SooAE New York Skin Recovery Biocellulose Mask, and Oh, I was thinking it was honey. It's not, it's coconut. Does not smell like coconut. I like this because it's a biocellulose format, but I don't remember anything about the mask whatsoever. And I know I've used it up in the last 2 months, but I don't know what I thought about it. Hopefully it did something for my face. Nail polish remover here. Not the most exciting thing, but hey, I go through this very frequently. This is the Quo nail polish remover in the regular format. I really enjoy this one. It's one of the most readily accessible nail polish removers at the drugstore. I pick it up whenever it's on sale because I don't see the point in spending full price on something that I use so regularly. I am using another one of these bottles right now and it's good. I really enjoy it. And I have a Johnson's Baby shampoo here. I only use this to clean my brushes every so often. I'm not like a regular once a week brush cleanser person, but when I do clean them, I clean them quite deeply with the Johnson's Baby shampoo. They've actually changed the format of this bottle, which is so nice because I found this could get really disgusting at the top. Well, actually it looks like I've cleaned this one off, but this can get so gunked up and that like little, how do you describe that? Nozzle? No, that's not a nozzle. Push tab end. That can get really gross, but they've recently switched to a pump top, which is so much better, and I am so happy about that. Okay, let's talk about some actual makeup products because skincare empties really gets boring for me fast. I have a foundation here. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Lasting Liquid Foundation, and I have the shade Neutral 2. This is the second bottle that I have finished of this particular foundation, and I love it so much. It is one of my favorite foundations ever. It's a very thin consistency. In fact, it's quite watery in the bottle, so you have to shake it up before you apply it, and it just glides on my face so nicely. It's very thin on the face. It does apply as a more medium coverage foundation. I did used to think that this was more sheer, but I've been using a lot more sheer foundations recently, so I would say that this is more of a medium coverage foundation. It's just beautiful. I love the coverage of it. It's so nice on my skin and it just wears really, really well. This is one of my absolute favorites and I would go and repurchase it, but I have too many foundations in my collection right now, like way too many. I have no business owning this many foundations when foundation is not even a product that I love and adore. So I'm trying to get through the stuff that I've got, and then if it's still around by the time that I get through all those foundations, because heaven knows it could be a few years before I ever need another foundation, then I will pick it up. But if you're looking for really good matte coverage, medium coverage, skin-like foundation, I highly, highly recommend this one. I have a lip oil here that I've recently finished up. This is the Lancome Juicy Shaker and the color was called Mint to Be. So this was the only one that was like a fun blue color. I feel like all the other lip oils were basically like pink or peach or red, and they really only impart a small amount of color to your lips, and in fact the blue does actually have quite a cool tone tint to it. I didn't initially notice it when I first bought the item and was using it, but I found like over time maybe the oil was coming up quickly to begin with and then the pigment wasn't mixing as much. Anyway, by the time I got to the bottom of this, there was a lot of blue showing up on my lips, which was fine. I was really only using it in the mornings as I was getting ready for work. I was putting on my makeup. I put this on just to hydrate my lips before I got out the door. And I really liked it. I think it's a little bit of a quirky thing to have. I mean, the whole juicy shaker, shake it up, mix the oil with the pigment, and then you apply it with this funny little sponge tip thing. It's more of a gimmicky product, really, although it did work for me. It's not something I would just routinely buy. It was good, but like more of a novelty item for me. I have an eyeshadow primer here by Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer, and it's funny, this has an actual color. It's called Invisi Pink, although they only make one color, so I don't really know what the point of that was. I like this, but it has to be said that I always use 2 eye primers. I've been talking about this for years, but 1 eye primer does not work on me. I have to use 2, and no different with this. So I was layering this, I think, with the Milani eyeshadow primer because that was the other one I had open at the time, and it worked well together. This one has a kind of sort of a doe foot-esque applicator, which was easy just to swipe it on and blend it out with my fingertips. I did find that I had to pull the stopper out pretty quickly. Within a few months of use, I pulled the stopper out so I could reach around and get every last bit of it out. In the end, I don't think I've gotten everything, but I've gotten as much as I can get out with this thing and with a small metal spatula. So it did last a very long time. I would say, geez, maybe 8 months of daily use, basically. And that's great. I feel like eye primer does last a very long time, which is great because, I mean, it's not something you want to run out of frequently. Okay. When I said that I ran through that Benefit Precisely My Brow quickly, I did mean super fast, because in the last 2 months I've used up 2 of them. This is the number 1 Precisely My Brow, and the other one was the 2. And I think it only took me maybe 3 weeks of daily use to run through one of these each time. So I do really like the product, but I feel like 3 weeks is way too fast for a brow pencil. I do not want to be renewing my brow pencil every 3 weeks, especially when it's a higher end product. I think this is over 20 bucks. I was sent them both in PR and they're both lovely to use, but I would not be repurchasing it just because of that price tag. Now, that being said, I have a color match for my brows in the NYX Micro Brow Taupe. But this color here is actually kind of unique. So this is the shade 1, which I think it's one of their blonde colors. And honestly, I do find the blonde is a little bit pale for me, even with my hair color being as blonde as it is. I do find that it goes on my brows very, very palely, to the point where that I can't create much structure with it by itself. But that's because I don't have much brow to begin with. So if you are somebody who has really pale hair and you've got a decent amount of brow to begin with, and you just need to fill in a little bit and add a little bit of extra bulk to your brows, you might actually find the shade number 1 works really well for you. As far as I'm aware, there is no shade match for number 1 in the NYX Micro Brow. So if you've been hunting for like a blonde brow pencil and you can't find anything, you might want to take a look at this shade. Finished up a liquid liner. So this is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum, and I always buy the shade Ultra Black. I love this so much. It is my favorite brush tip pen style liquid liner. It's just the best out on the market. I've tried some other ones recently, and I'm currently running through the Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner, and it's okay, it's decent even, but it's not as good as this. No way is it as good as this, and this is like half the cost of that one. So I'll finish that one up, and then I've got a Sephora collection one to use up as well, but I will be going back to this. And it was just today that I think it was Jessica told me on Instagram stories that they now make a waterproof version of this. I've never seen it before. I didn't even know it was out. Nobody's talking about it. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit longer lasting, although I don't know why you would be, this is incredibly long lasting, maybe check out the waterproof version. She bought it and she loves it, and she said it was like 30% better, I think, than this one. So thank you, Jessica, for that recommendation. When I do eventually run through my 2 other pen liquid liners, I will definitely be trying out that waterproof one. All right, back onto skincare, because I think I'm out of makeup products, sadly. Here's a cleansing oil by L'Occitane. So I picked this up because I really just wanted to try something new. I had been using the Sephora Collection cleansing oil, which is only like 19 bucks, which is amazing, for probably 2 years. And it's fine and it works well. I don't love the smell of it, but whatever. But I was just like, I'm bored. I want to try something different. So I picked this one up, even though it was $10 more expensive, I think, than the Sephora Collection one, hoping that this would be life-changing. Yeah, well, it's not. It works just as well as the Sephora Collection one, but I think this one actually smells worse. I forgot just how bad this one smells. I do not enjoy the smell of this cleansing oil whatsoever, and you cost me more money than the Sephora Collection one, so I won't be buying this one again. It worked fine, but I just don't see the point in spending more money when it smells worse and the other one is cheaper. I have a moisturizer here by Avon. This is part of their Skin So Soft range. Do you remember that range? I do. From like, man, longer than 20 years ago. My mom, I don't think she was ever an Avon rep, but I'm pretty sure she used to get that little catalog that we'd rifle through, and she'd pick out a lot of products that were mostly, I think, Skin So Soft. And I remember there was some brand that Avon produced that I really enjoyed. It was kind of like fruit themed. Oh, was it called like So Naturals or something? Maybe I'm making that up. Anyway, the Skin So Soft sub-brand by Avon just makes me smile because it reminds me of my mom and a long time ago. So this is their Aqua Express Body Milk Spray, and I really enjoy Avon skincare products. I'm using another moisturizer right now, and it's really nice on the skin, and this is the same thing. It's so nice to use. It smells so good. This one's like an ocean aquatic scent. It's just fresh and it's such a nice product on the skin. It's moisturizing, hydrating, and all that. I did find the delivery system on this was a little bit ridiculous. So this is supposed to be a body milk spray. Like, you're supposed to pull this top off and then squirt it on your arms. And I mean, it does work like that, but the spray is so like concentrated in an area and it's a little bit glumpy, and it just like, no. So I didn't want to deal with it that way, and I'd sprayed it a few times and I'm like, look, I'm done. So in the end, I ended up just pulling off the top and like dumping it on my arm or my legs in order to apply it. And it's very liquidy, so you can do that without much issue, but like the spray is just ridiculous to me. Another face mask in here. This one is by Mary Kay. This is the Timewise Repair Lifting Biocellulose Mask. I've gone through quite a few of these. I feel like it came in like a 5 or a 6 pack. And these are my favorite biocellulose masks to use. They just conform to my face, they fit well, they smell good, and for whatever reason they don't feel as slimy as a regular sheet mask, and I think mostly that's to do with the fact that it's made out of that biocellulose stuff, so it just really sticks to your face and doesn't feel like it's laying on top, like it feels like it's actually part of your face, which is really nice. Do really enjoy these. I have a makeup remover in here that is no surprise. I've been through so many bottles of this over the years and I will never quit you. This is the Marcel Gentle Makeup Remover for Sensitive Eyes. It's the biphase one, so it's got oil and whatever else is in the product to remove makeup. You shake it up, use it to remove your makeup, and it'll remove everything. It's the easiest product that I've found on the market to remove all of my makeup, and I'll never be without it. Oh, I've got 2 Ole Henriksen products here. This first one is the Ole Henriksen Transform Glow 2 OH Dark Spot Toner. It smells nice. It smells really nice. I really like these products by Ole Henriksen because they just smell fresh, a little bit citrusy, but kind of sweet. And they're not, that just squirted on me. They are nice to use and I enjoyed them, but I noticed no difference in my skin with this one. Specifically talking about dark spots. Like, I don't really have that many dark spots yet in my life, so I didn't notice any of them diminishing, and it's not like I noticed my freckles going down either. So it's nice, but I don't think that this one is worth the price tag. However, one that is potentially worth the price tag, and that's kind of scary because it's so expensive. It's this tiny little serum. Oh, it's like 60 or 70 bucks Canadian, and I am tempted to repurchase it. So this is the Ole Henriksen Transform Plus Glow Cycle Redden Alt Power Serum. I was sent this in PR, like this one, and I may actually go out and buy this because it is really lovely. This comes out as like a purple liquid. It smells the same as this one, which is to say fresh and a little bit citrusy but sweet. And it's so nice to use. My skin was really happy when I was using this too. I mean, I don't have major skin concerns, but I felt good using this. So that says something. And I've got a few other serums to get through at this point, and I don't need to go out and repurchase it right now, but I am considering spending that on a serum, which is quite shocking for me. I can be very cheap when it comes to skincare, but I'm thinking about it. I really like this one. In talking about inexpensive skincare, or cheap, whatever term you want to use, Aveeno. Oh, I love Aveeno. I've been loving Aveeno for so many years, and I've always got their stuff in my cupboards. So this is the Aveeno Clear Complexion Foaming Cleanser with salicylic acid. It helps prevent breakouts. I don't really have issues with breakouts. I don't really have acne anymore in my life. I might get the occasional zit every now and then, but nothing really that major. I always have Aveeno on hand. I'm always rotating through their different cleansers or moisturizers. So I enjoyed this one, but I always enjoy Aveeno. I don't think they make really any products that I don't really like, so I just honestly grab whatever's on sale at the drugstore whenever I'm there. I've been using Aveeno since I was 19 years old, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. This one, oh man, this one brought me back. This is a baby sample size of the Softsoap Juicy Pomegranate and Mango Infusions Moisturizing Body Wash. And I must have gotten this in a race kit, I think, because I don't know where else I would have gotten this. And I brought, oh, the smell. The smell. I brought this with me, I think, when I took a road trip with Julie to upstate New York. And the smell just took me back. I think I remember using this stuff in my mid-20s when I just started playing World of Warcraft. That's what that smells like to me. It smells like my mid-20s. It is such a good scent. I don't know why I stopped buying the Softsoap body wash. And I've got a bunch of body washes to get through my cupboard right now. But as soon as they're done, I'm going out and buying one of these because this smells so good and I don't know why I stopped using it. I can't stop smelling it. It's fruity, it's juicy, it's clean, it's very refreshing and summery. Oh man, that's good. And I know it's inexpensive because that's why I used to buy it in my 20s. I can't wait to buy a full-size bottle. I'm so excited about this body wash. And finally, 2 mini sample sizes here. I've got the Boscia Purifying Cleansing Gel. This must have been a point perk at Sephora, but I was hoping that this was going to be like their thermal black cleanser, and it's sadly not. I really like the thermal black stuff by Boscia because it heats up my skin and it feels really good. And this one smells the same, I think. Yeah, it smells the same, but it doesn't behave the same. I mean, it cleans my face, fine, it does the job, but I wanted to have that heating sensation. And it just doesn't, so I wouldn't buy this one just because it's not as good as the black thermal one. And the last one here is one by Tarte, which I've never tried any Tarte products before. This is the Deep Cleanse, and it's just a face wash. But it does have little scrubby bits in there, which makes it more like a facial scrub. However, they're not very densely packed, so I could get away with using this every day without any issue because it would superficially wash my face enough where I didn't feel like I was scrubbing out my pores constantly with something gritty. And it was fine, it smells fine, but I don't think it's necessarily something I would go out and purchase a full size of because Tarte can be very expensive. And as I've mentioned, I can be very cheap when it comes to skincare. All right, that is it. My bag is all empty, although I think I'm gonna have to get a new bag to start putting my empties in because it's starting to develop holes at the bottom. That's everything. That is my empties for the last 2 months. I hope you found the mini reviews helpful. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.